And welcome back. Today we're going to check out a title called Backpack Battles. This game here is a very interesting game. I've never seen any game like it. This game is pretty much having you design your backpack based on additions to space, the items you put in it, and you're designing it. The more things you put in it, as they start to link and sync with each other, they start to form your character's class per se. So right now I've already started a game. I've picked the Ranger class in this demo that I'm playing right now. You guys can check it out right now. There is a demo available on the Steam store. I chose Ranger, but the other classes you can choose right now are Ranger and the Reaper. Those are the two classes you can choose in the demo. I believe it's a full version demo, so you can play to your heart's content, mess around with it, make different types of backpacks, different types of characters as you go with this very expansive item list. As you can check it out here, there's all sorts of different types of items you can choose from, and they all synergize and sync differently. So you can imagine the endless possibilities of characters you can make in this game. It's very fun and very interesting. I've never seen a game like this before. So I'm going to show you guys and see what you think. If you like the game, you want to get it for yourself, that's absolutely cool. Go ahead. There's a demo. I'm going to also have a link for you in the description. You can click on that and check it out for yourself. So yeah, let's go ahead and check this game out. So here we are on the menu right now. I've chose the Ranger class. I'm going to open up Wardrobe because I want to show you something here. I have 27 trophies that I've earned. In Wardrobe, as you go, you can start. So they've given you the Ranger class outfit, but as you go, you can start changing up your wardrobe. So for example, if you wanted the headpiece of a different set of wardrobe, so here we have the flower, which gives you different looks of the flower set. Here we have the leaf set, which gives you different looks of the autumn, I would say. Maybe it looks more autumny. So you have the different looks here. Over here, you have the Christmas set. And you can mix and match the different types of sets to your heart's content. And you can do this by trophies. So that's how you can make your character look unique. You can gain trophies by doing either a ranked or unranked game. Okay, so I just want to show you that real quick. I'm 29 in bronze level and ranked, but I'm going to go ahead and just continue my game. So here we are. Here's a game right here. And right now I've been working on a clover type of build. The clovers for the Ranger are what you're going to want to go for, only because, as you can see here, class-specific items are the Lucky Clover, the Carrot, the Bow and Arrow, the Acorn Collar, and the Ranger Bag. Ranger Bag is what you get off the start. The Ranger Bag is your first backpack or bag slot. Add 6 backpack slots. Items inside gain 10% critical hit chance, plus 3% for each clover. So this is kind of how you want to synergize your character. The backpack here, this is the Ranger backpack here, so that's again the first thing you get. And then you're going to get different types of additions. Here you have your leather bag, which adds 4 backpack slots. Here you have your fanny pack, and everything's color coordinated. This is a blue, so that's actually a rare backpack addition. The nice thing about the fanny pack is anything in the fanny pack triggers 10% faster. So right now in the fanny pack, I have included garlic. So every 4 seconds, garlic will gain 3 armor, 30% chance to remove vampirism from your opponent. And then it gives you the description of what vampirism does. It gives you the description of what you're going to gain for block and shield. It also gives you these little stars, as you can see, around the garlic. So these different types of stars. So here I see 6 stars. If you were to put food of different types around the garlic, for every food type around the garlic will trigger 10% faster. It's the same thing with the carrot. Every single piece of different type of food around the carrot will trigger 10% faster. The carrot will cleanse every 4 seconds a random debuff on your character. If you have at least 5 clovers in your inventory, 50% chance to gain Empower. And it tells you what Empower does. Empower weapon damage is increased by 1 per stack. It tells you what the clover does. Luck increases actually by 5%. And so forth, so forth. So if we continue on here, I got a torch, and I made my torch by adding a lump of coal. So I'll just go into my recipes here. A lump of coal and a wooden sword together make a torch. And it gives me a torch here. On hit, 25% chance to gain 1 damage. Now, as you start building things in this game, in terms of the recipes, they go in your recipe list of everything that you've created. So this is my recipe list so far of everything I've created. I have whetstone here, so anything adjacent to the whetstone gains, at the start of battle, 1 damage. So my torch and my bow and arrow both gain 1 damage. I have another lump of coal in here. Lump of coal again, so you put it onto your weapon just like that. And that's how I made the torch with the wooden sword. So weapon stock or sockets on hit, 70% chance to deal 1 damage with the lump of stone or a coal. Rather, armor and other sockets, if you would have put the lump of coal in, start battle, gain 8 shield. Resistance 1 debuff. Backpack, so just leaving it willy-nilly in a backpack. I might actually take it out of that backpack. Put in this other backpack here. So in the backpack, randomly gains you 3 seconds. After 3 seconds, gain a random buff, inflict a random debuff. So really, really nice just to have that just willy-nilly. I have your bow and arrow here, and I'm slowly making this into a special bow with this clover. So if I take this clover and put it away in the storage, so as you can see, taking the clover and putting it close to my bow here will actually form it into Fortune's Grace. So I need an extra clover to do that. Fortune's Grace, if I go into items and type in the search Grace, for example, that will pop up, Fortune's Grace. This is what I'm trying to make out of my bow and arrow. So this gives me increased damage. There is an increase in stamina cost. There is an increase in accuracy. There is an increase in cooldown. But here, what it does is at the start of battle, gain 2 clover. Okay, for every star weapon crit, next weapon with Fortune's Grace will hit twice. So if I'm putting another weapon right in front of Fortune's Grace, and I think I did that. So there's your yellow star there. Weapon hit on hit will hit twice. So Fortune's Grace could be a really nice addition to this little build. I included a Goobert. A Goobert 5-star item activation heal for 9. So if I add in lumps coal, stick it here, I now have 4-star. I'm still kind of confused on how to get a 5-star out of that when I only see 4, but we'll see what happens with that. Potion belts, another addition I have to my backpack build here. Potions belt. Every potion inside will trigger something. For example, the first potion inside consumed, gain a random buff. So now I have 2 in there. So when I have 4 in there, 4 potions inside consumed, cleanse 4 debuffs. So right now I have 2 potions in my potion bag, and I only have them halfway in, and that's perfectly fine. If you were to put them all the way in, you would only be able to fit 2 potions in your potion bag. So by doing this, you will have them in. You will have 4 in there. So that's what that does. Here's another fanny pack here. I've created the Lucky Pig out of a regular piggy bank. The Lucky Pig shop enters. So this is a shop instance is what you're seeing here. So every battle, after the battle, you're coming back to the shop. So every time you enter the shop, this Lucky Pig will gain me 1 gold. At the start of every battle, this Lucky Pig will gain me 2 clover. Chance-based effects of the star item are 15% more likely to trigger. So I haven't actually had a chance to synergize that to anything. So there's nothing in my inventory that is chance to trigger, but if I did, Lucky Pig will increase that chance for me by 15%. So there's nothing I have that says chance to yet. But I'm keeping an eye on something. Eventually, if I see something that says chance to, I will definitely want to fill these 2 empty stars into yellow stars, which will increase both items for a 15% more likely chance to trigger. So that was a mouthful. So this is everything I've created so far with my Ranger. This next segment here is you're going to be changing your class with the shop. So as you advance, the more battles you start winning, eventually you'll get to the stage we can actually change your class. So right now I have the Ranger class, and the Ranger class can be changed to 3 different types of classes. So the one right now, Hunter. Piercing Arrow. Weapons deal 30% increased critical damage. They remove 5 shield on crit. So that's really nice if you go up against someone that has a lot of shield. Item activation. 40% chance to gain a clover. Ooh, I really like that a lot, actually. Interesting. So this piercing arrow, as you can see here, it's got 3 diamonds. So if I fill those 3 diamonds, It's saying that item activations will have a 40% chance to gain a clover. So whatever I put those 3 diamonds on in my inventory, so say if it's, for example, the carrot, or one of it's the goober, or whatever it is, on that item's activation, so for example, on this carrot's activation, and every 4 seconds, it will have a chance to gain a clover. So that's really, really good. Again, this is a clover-based build. The ranger, you know, as you can see here on the ranger, class-specific items are the clover. So hunter, that'll make me a hunter. Very nice. And the other ones are the stars. So there's 3 empty stars. So it says here, weapons deal 30% critical hit damage. They remove 5 crit. So if I were to fill those 3 stars that you see there on that piercing arrow, like I did here with the bow and arrow, and like I did with the torch. Actually, does the torch have one? Torch does not have one. But that bow and arrow does. As you can see, the star is gray, and then it's gold. So that's a weapon activation. So it's going to be the same thing with this. So I want to put this in a way that it fills up those stars and makes them yellow. And every single time something happens with that weapon, this is what it'll trigger. Okay, so that's how you can really design your character nicely with this piercing arrow. The next one's Life Bender. Or Binder? Binder. Don't ask me to pronounce that. Yggdrasil Leaf. Start of battle. Gain 1 mana, 1 regeneration for each star nature item. Holy schmoly, look at the star nature items on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So for every nature item that I activate on this life binder will gain me 1 mana and 1 regeneration for every single nature item of those 10. That's crazy. 5 mana used, heal for 5 seconds, and cleanse 2 debuffs. Wow, interesting. So, and it tells you what it does right down there. So regeneration heal 1 health per every 2 seconds, per stack for every 2 seconds. Mana, resource used by magic items. So I don't have anything right now that I'm using in my backpack that uses mana. Let's go to the next one here. This is on sale. This is half off the Pathfinder. Interesting. I got lucky on that. Poison Ivy. You have a 5% chance to resist debuffs for each star nature. So let's count how many we have here. 3, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 stars in the Pathfinder. For every one that I turn into a yellow star, this is what will happen. You have a 5% chance to resist debuffs for every nature star. So there's 8 in there. Do the math. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 35% chance, okay, that I will resist debuffs. So that's very nice. If someone comes up to me with poison, I will resist it. Let's continue on here. Thorn gained, inflict 2 poison. So if I gain thorns, if I have a thorn build, I will inflict 2 poison. Very interesting. I don't have a thorns build right now, so that's not going to be useful for me. Opponent reaches 19 poison stack. They take 20% extra damage. Wow. So if I did have a type of build with this ranger that inflicts poison, I reach 19, they take 20% extra damage. Very nice. Little touch. I think I'm going to go with the hunter because I think that is more relevant to the type of build here that I'm creating. So I'm going to go ahead and choose that instead. Now, where am I going to put that? I need a spot for that. So let's go ahead and maybe put the spot right here for now. Boom. So I'm now a hunter. So I went from ranger to hunter. The class-specific items stay the same. As you can see here, the ranger piercing arrow. So right now I have filled in one of the greens, as you can see. Okay, right there. So now that means that when that bow activates, I have 1 chance to gain a lucky clover. Now, when it activates, let's take a look here. Bow and arrow gains plus damage up to 7. I don't think it's going to work. So it has to be something that activates. Let's just spin this around. Oh. Oh. Boom. Look at that. Wow, that's nice. It's still going to hit the bow. Actually, you know what? I might spin it like this. Oh, that's even better. Yeah, that makes more sense because I got the weapon activation from the bow. And I have 2 green diamond activations from the goober and the pig. Item activates 40% chance to gain a clover. So when this thing activates, I have a 40% chance to gain a clover. 40% chance to gain a clover. Okay. this piggy is actually going to help out with that because I was looking for something. Chance-based effects of star items are increased by 15%. So if I'm not mistaken, that should mean that I should have a 55% chance to gain a clover. Okay, so when this piggy activates, start of battle, gain 2 clover. Boom. So at the start of battle, I will gain 3 clovers now because of the piercing arrow. Really nice. So I need 2 more weapons, 1 on each side, there and there. I did gain 1 there. I think I'm going to move this guy. Let's put this here instead. There we go. So now that I put that torch there, it says here, weapon deal 30% critical hit damage, critical percent damage. They remove 5 shield on crit. So if this torch crits, that's what will happen. Item activation on the strong health potion, I gain a clover. Activation on the goobert, I gain a clover. Activation on the piggy, I gain a clover. So that's how that works. So it'd be nice to put maybe another weapon right here. I don't have another weapon right now, so that's okay. That's fine. This guy lost its star. Star weapon hit, bow and arrow gain plus damage up to 7. That's not a big deal. But if I get another weapon, I could put it there as well and gain advantage there as well. So here we are. So sorry that was a mouthful, but that was a lot to cover there. Hope I didn't lose you guys with all that information. Let's go ahead. I reserved this card, so I'm going to go ahead and buy that. So this card, every time I re-roll the shop, it increases 1 item rarity every time I re-roll. And I re-roll a lot, so I'm going to go ahead and buy that. That's a no-brainer for me. And you can turn this customer card into an advanced customer card. I think you need to have 2 regular customer cards, which will turn into, if you guys shop at Costco, will turn into the business Costco card, which is the more advanced version of the regular customer Costco card. Say that 5 times quick. Okay, so fanny pack. I'm going to go ahead and buy another one of these, and I'm going to put it. You could put it with the other fanny pack. Right now, I'm just going to put it here. Actually, boom. So fanny pack makes items inside trigger 10% faster. I have 2, so if I hover over my carrot, it says right here on the bottom, trigger 20% faster fanny pack X2. So the carrot will trigger that much faster. The garlic will trigger that much faster. Okay, so I just did that for my character. I already have a pair of gloves right there. I think I reserved this. I want to get this, but I don't have enough backpack space. Okay, so here we have this reserve. I'm going to leave that reserved. So what that means is when I re-roll right now, I have 5 gold left. I'm going to go ahead and re-roll. This won't change, but everything else will. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. Another potion. I'd like to have that. I would like to have that other potion. It's not on sale. I don't have the space for that other potion as of right now. Stone skin. When you have at least 45 shield, consume this and convert 15 health to shield. Interesting. Holy armor. Start of battle, gain 55 armor, gain 2 regeneration for each holy item. Okay, I don't have a holy type of character right now. The way this is all designed is not designed around holy, so I'm not going to bother with that. Right now, I do have this on reserve. Start of battle, gain 45 shield, resist 3 debuffs. I do want that eventually. Let me see if I can make anything from that. If I had items. Sorry, oh yeah, items. Let me just get rid of this filter. So, right here. So vampiric armors, you can make vampiric armor from leather. What else can you make from leather? I think that's it. Maybe I don't want that. So I'm not doing a vampire build. I'm going to go ahead and unreserve that. I'm going to re-roll again. Protective purse. Add 1 backpack slot. Start of battle, gain shield. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. I think I'll go with that. I'm going to put it right here. It fills up that little spot. Add 1 backpack slot. Start of battle, gain 7 shield. So no matter what now, at the start of battle, I will gain 7 shield. This box of riches here, generate a low quality gemstone every single time you enter the shop. If you wanted to build your character off of gemstones, an example I can use is Diablo, you would want to start with the box of riches. If you don't have the box of riches in your inventory, you will not see a single gem in this whole game. So this is how this game works. Crown. Glowing Crown. Every 2.5 seconds, cleanse, blind, and heal for 5 seconds. Interesting. Use 10 mana, become invulnerable. I don't use mana, so that feature's not going to work for me. Pet. Ruby Egg. Reflect 2 debuffs right off the get-go. Hatches. After 2 rounds in your backpack, this will hatch. Reflect the next debuff inflict your opponent instead of you. The next debuff inflicts your opponent instead of you. So this will turn into, you guessed it, probably like a fire dragon. Let's see if I can find that fire dragon, so I can show you what it does when it hatches. This is probably it right here. Ruby Chunk. I believe this is what oh no, it's this little guy. Ruby Whelp. So as soon as he hatches, he does his own damage. 5 to 10, he has 0 stamina cost, accuracy is 90%, cooldown's 2.2. Start of battle, he gives me heat. All items trigger 2% faster per stack of heat. So start of battle right away, he gives me heat. Reflect 2 debuffs, and he reflects debuffs for me. And he does 5 to 10 damage all by himself. So if I get that Ruby Egg, that's exactly what will happen, but it'll take 4 backpack slots. I can buy them right now and stick them into this little empty backpack right here. So, that Goobert. Let's put this here. Oh, that's not going to work. There we go. All right, I'm going to pass on that. I'm not really going with a pet build right now. I can re-roll one more time. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh, I'll take that for sure. That's a no-brainer. More backpack space. Pestilence Flask. Opponent regenerates health. Consume this and inflict 3 poison and 1 poison to yourself. So if I wanted to do a poison build, I would get the Pestilence Flask. And if you combine it with a mushroom, you will actually make this into a strong Pestilence Flask. Cap of Resilience. Start of battle, reduce damage taken by 25% for 3 seconds. 15% chance to prevent a hit from being critical. 15% chance to prevent being stunned. So for the first 3 seconds, it reduces my damage by 25%, and then going forward, as long as I have this Cap of Resilience in my backpack inventory, it does exactly what it does for me on the bottom there. So not bad. Mana Orb. Again, I don't have anything based on mana right now, so I think that's it. So let's go ahead and show you guys a battle. Here we go. Show you how this game actually works. I don't have to touch it. It's all automated, and it's the same thing as Master Wyvern, this character I'm going up against right now. For him or her, it's all automated as well. So here we go. I've gained 4 clovers. I've gained 4 regeneration. I've gained Empower. I've gained 5, 9. So she's poisoning me. She's poisoning me quite good. So let's see. I think she's doing a lot more damage than I'm doing. Yeah. So it's because of those poisons. So she's a poison build. I'm going to go ahead and hide this for a second. She's a big-time poison build. So Fly Agaric, if I'm saying that correctly, every 4.17 seconds, she's inflicting poison on me. That one's the lowest one in terms of seconds, but these two are the same, 4.55 seconds. So this is where all the poison came from. Then we have this, Corrupted Crystal. No, sorry. Then we have this, Death Scythe. Item, inflict plus 100% poison. So, and she has 3 started. So 100% poison damage. Increase, opponent reaches 35 poison, which I haven't now, only reached 16. Gain 50% critical hit chance. So that would have really hurt. So the poison build really, really rocked me real good. Now, in order for me to counteract that poison build, I'm going to need more carrots. For every 3 seconds, cleanse a random debuff. If you have at least 5 clovers, 50% chance to gain Empower. So I'm going to need a lot more carrots. If she was a vampire, I would be able to counteract her vampirism with my garlic. So yeah, her poison build really rocked my world real good. So I did pretty good on her though. I got her down to half health here. So let's try another one out. So let me explain this here for you. I gained 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trophies so far, and that goes with what I was telling you at the beginning of the game. That goes to me designing my character's wardrobe. You use trophies as currency to buy the wardrobe pieces. So far, I've lost 1 game, so I'm down to 4 hearts. If I lose all 4 hearts, the game is over. I'm going to have to try again. So let's go into the next one here. So we are back to the shop. Okay, let's see what we got here. I got on a heart container. Every 3 seconds, gain regeneration. Every 7 regeneration, gain 80 maximum health. Oh. Okay, and I do have regeneration with this build. Pretty sure I have regeneration somewhere with this build. Maybe not. I thought I had something else in here that gained regeneration. I was gaining regeneration. I think it was just from this lump of coal. So having this lump of coal in my backpack, right here it says backpack. After 3 seconds, gain a random buff. So that's probably where I was getting my regeneration from. But this is interesting, and it's on sale too. So every 3 seconds, gain 1 regeneration. I think I'm going to go for this. Yeah, that's a good thing for me. I'm going to go ahead and buy this. It's on sale too. It's a no-brainer. I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to buy more backpack space. A whip. Thorn whip. On hit, gain thorn. Wasn't there something that did something with thorn? Well, it must have been another one of the other class change things. Thorn whip. So 4 to 9 damage. Stamina costs 2 to 5. I don't think I'm going to go for this. I'm not a thorn build. Another thing I want to point out here, stamina usage on the bottom is medium. You want to keep an eye on that. Medium to low is what you want. If you have high stamina usage, you're going to be in trouble. Right now I have 2 weapons that are using up my stamina. So if I take this torch out of here, it's going to be low. If I put the torch in, medium. So you want to keep an eye on that. If you're building your backpack, your character based off of a lot of weapons, be mindful of that. There are backpacks that increase your stamina. So right now my stamina is 5. There are backpacks, additions that you can buy that increase your stamina value here. So that will allow you to use more weapons. So you could absolutely do that for sure. This is interesting. Acorn collar. Item gain 5% critical hit chance for each clover. And I'm a clover-based build, so I'm going to go ahead and reserve that. I want that for sure. Let's go ahead and do a reroll. Here's the bow and arrow again. I don't need that. Corrupted crystal, however. Opponent below 30% health, deal 50% damage. I want that. Armor and other sockets. If I put it into an armor or other sockets, for example, that heart there, if I put into that heart, 7 debuffs inflicted, gain 6 shields. So I don't really do a lot of debuffs, but if I did, I would gain 6 shield. If I leave it in my backpack, the corrupted crystal, every 5.5 seconds, inflict a fatigue damage. I don't really care about that, but I definitely want it in my weapon slot. I might take this protective purse again. Yeah, I'm gonna put it right here. Boom. So, yeah, protective purse again, add 1 backpack slot, start of battle, gain 7 shield. So I have 2, so at the start of battle, I will have 14 shield every single time. Okay. So that's reserved, and let's go ahead and start the next battle. All right, 1 more battle, and I think that might be it for the video, guys. So let's see how we do. Hopefully we win one. Very interesting the way she's designed her backpack here. I think she's a blood build. She has the blood amulet and the blood... What is that? Thing that goes in your hair. Alright, this is pretty close. She's doing some damage to me, however. I don't know if I'm going to win this. Let's find out. I am regenerating, so that's good. I'm regenerating. I think that's what's keeping me alive. Oh, close battle. Boom! 1. If I didn't have that heart... I think I would have lost. This heart saved my ass. So let's take a look at the log here. So she's dealing damage to me on thorns and vampirism. And she's dealing damage to me. Anything in red is the damage she's inflicting. Poison. She's dealing damage to me with... Is that it? Yeah, and her little torch here. So... Nocturnal Lock Lifter. What's this thing doing? Start battle, gain vampirism, so she's vampirism build. Yeah, and that's why she has the blood amulet. Gain 2 vampirism. What's this little bird? Every 3 seconds, items trigger 5% faster. Okay, that's kind of a neat bird to have. The only damage she's doing to me is poison, thorns, and damage on this torch. So that's why her damage was not that high, in all honesty. But she was still sustaining, and the reason why, because this vampirism. And I don't have... I do have garlic, actually. So if I didn't have that garlic, I'd probably be in trouble. In more trouble. So, but let's go down to the bottom here, because I think I gain an ass load of health from that heart that I bought. Let's see. Now I'm looking at the gray one. So here I've done 8 damage. I've gained a heart. Removed vampirism. That's with my garlic. Out of stamina. Oh, I got out of stamina. Oh no. Oh, it could be because of the fatigue too, possibility, or something else that's probably lowering my stamina. I don't think anything else lowers my stamina. But later on down the road, I think I gain an assload of health. Heart container gained 1 health. Regenerated 5. Regenerated 5. Gained 1 heart. Regenerated 6. Regeneration. Saved my butt right there. Heart container. Lost 7 regeneration. What happened there? Okay, lost 7 regeneration. Because as you can read here, use 7 regeneration, gain 80 maximum health. I think that's what saved me right there. Because out of a sudden, I gained a whole buttload of health. I'm like, oh, what happened there? So that's what happened. So the heart thing really saved me in that battle. So here it is. This is it. This is Backpack Battles, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys like this video. It's one of those games that just, I don't know if you guys have ever seen a game like this. Let me know in the comments. I've never seen a game like this before. I got intrigued once I saw it for the first time. I had to try it for myself, and I got hooked ever since. So yeah, this is Backpack Battles. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I had a great time playing. Thanks for hanging out with me, and we will catch you in the next one. Ciao, guys.